Well, good morning, everybody. It's a brand new day here on Sugar Cube Creek, and I am doing a torture test today on my hot rod Hawken. And when I mean torture test, what I'm doing is I am going to just load it and shoot it until either my papers tear off of the bullet or my accuracy gets so bad that I can no longer hit the target. And that is my test today. It's a torture test. I haven't done that for a long time, and last time I did it was just with when I was first setting up my rifle and figuring out the load, and that's been many years ago. And so today's torture test is a hunting scenario style torture test. I will be shooting through the sagebrush. I'll be shooting with cross sticks that I made myself, and I will continue to shoot until the target is telling me that I can no longer shoot at that distance. So, and I'm not going to be shooting at exact like 100, 150, 200. I am going to be shooting at like 115 yards and 137 yards and 142 yards and 155 yards. Wherever I walk out to, I'm just going to take my rangefinder, get my range, set my sight, and take the shot. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I will hopefully see something that proves to me that I can't, how many times can I shoot, and that's the question right there, is how many times can I shoot before I just have to clean it. So anyway, I'm gonna pause for right now and take this up in a minute. Okay, I am loading my gun. This is the 7th shot, no cleaning. See, my hands are clean. This is the 7th shot I've shot. You can kind of see on that how burned up this area is right here. This is my 7th shot, and I've been shooting off of cross sticks, and I've been shooting at ranges from 110 out to 200 yards, and so far I haven't missed anything. But I want to show how hard it is to load these bullets after this is the 7th loading. I think that's what it is. Yeah, 7th loading. But this is it right here. That's on the powder right there. I'm going to give it a little snug, but it didn't move. That's after 7 shots. This particular load isn't real fussy. You can see I've got a terrible wind today. I don't know if that can show or not, but the wind's about 10-15 miles an hour. And like I said, I haven't missed. I don't know if this will show, but my target's down there in front of that berm down there. And this, like I said, this is just a torture test is what this is. How many times can I shoot it before the accuracy falls off to the point where I can't shoot anymore? So I'm going to pause this for right now and take this up in a minute. Well, I just shot the 8th shot. The bullet hit a little bit to the right. It's probably going to be 3 inches or something like that, maybe 4 inches to the right. Again, this wind I've got right now is unbelievable. It's in that 15 mile an hour range, 10-15 miles an hour, and that shot was 134 yards, and I'll show you what that did. Okay, this shot hit right here, you can tell that it split the steel. The reason why is there's a heavy chunk of steel right behind that, and it kind of hit right on the seam. But here's the bullet right here. That's where that hit, right there. It hit right just like that. That's how that hit. So far, everything has been right in here. The wind has taken me off out to here on my long shots. Like I said before, this one here and this one here was out to, you know, that 175, 200 yard mark. This one was 134. Everything else that's been, even the 155, I was able to catch a spot where the wind wasn't quite as bad. But I'm gonna, and like I said, that was shot number 8. I am going to reload, and I think I'm just going to go to 10. I'm not. If it keeps shooting in the same spot, and it's really not. I'm not accomplishing much as far as a torture test goes. All that I'm proving is that I could shoot all day long, and still, I could still hit animal. I could still hit an animal after shooting 8 rounds now. I mean that. You know, as long as the wind wasn't a factor at that real long yardage. But anyway, I'm going to stop for now, and I'm going to load up the next one. Okay, everybody. This gun has been shot 10 times now. It hasn't failed to fire. It hasn't hiccuped. You can see how black it is. Again, my hands are clean. My hands are clean. I haven't did any cleaning at all. I just put powder down, and I'm tapping the stock to make sure that the powder goes into the snail. I am going to put a wool felt wad. And those wool felt wads, they are lubed with it's just TC boar butter, and I've got enough on there that there's a fair amount on there. It's not so much that it's saturating the patch, but there's just enough in there to keep it from catching on fire as it goes out the barrel. Anyway, I'm just pushing in. This is shot number 11 right here. This one going down, I have fired 10 times, and this one is shot number 11. Right there. I'm going to cinch it down onto the powder. It didn't move. It didn't move hardly at all. But that's it. I've had 10 shots. This is a torture test, and it's not getting any worse. The bullets are hitting where they're supposed to, and to be honest, I can't be more happy with this torture test. I haven't done this torture test on this rifle to this extent. I've done a 5-shot torture test, and that was back. Well, it's been a long time ago. It's been several years ago, and that one I did with paper targets on group size, and I can't even remember what that one was. It at this point it really doesn't matter. It was so many years ago, but I know it was under 2 inches at 100 yards. 2 inches at 100 yards is kind of my threshold I call for accuracy, and that's for hunting. I mean, that's not for target or anything. That's just if my gun will shoot sub 2-inch groups at 100 yards, I'm happy with that to go hunting with. So anyway, I'm sure it was under that. But anyway, this has been a little bit of a different torture test. This has been a torture test in range conditions, and I'm, as you can see over here, I just go out into the sagebrush and I shoot at that target that's at the end of this road right here. And that's how I've been doing it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and shoot this while it's on video right here. I'm going to adjust my sight. And that's my 100-yard mark. I'm going to, again, shoot off my sticks. I hope when I get out here to shoot, maybe I better get a little bit closer so you can hear. I know the wind's terrible, and I'm sorry for the interference on the wind, but I'm going to shoot again, and this is right at 100 yards. I'm going to shoot this one again, and then this will be shot number 11. I put everything through the barrel. Everything went down. No cleaning. I'm gonna shoot number 11 here, and this is gonna be it for the day. And it was a hit. I know it's a little bit on the high side because this yardage right here is not a true 100. I was probably at 98, something like that. I'll go down and take a look at that, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, here we are coming up to the target. This right here is shot number 11, no cleaning. Well, everybody, this is the end of it for me. I wanted to show something that I found at the target. I hope I'm showing this. These are some bullets, but these are actually papers that had stuck to the bullet and rode down the barrel. I have found a few papers like that before, but if I was shooting super long yardage, that would probably bother me a little bit. But like today, everything that I've shot, there's been no cleaning. All the shots basically hit with, except for the wind blown ones that were at 175, 200 yards. Everything hit within, a couple, 2-3 inches of my intended spot that I wanted to hit. As far as hunting goes, I think those are, they've always been a slam dunk. Don't worry about anything but pulling the trigger type of a bullet. They've never had any trouble with them. But if I was going to be shooting 3, 4, 5, I've never even really seen any problem with 300, but maybe there is a problem with 300. I don't know. But at normal hunting ranges, 150 yards or less, I'm not seeing any problem with that paper on there. And like I said, I've seen that before on one bullet that I took out of a deer, and I've seen paper stick on my 500 Smith & Wesson bullets. I've seen that happen once. But today's torture test proved that all of these bullets, they're going to hit right in the center. I have got no doubt about it in my mind. So with that, I'm going to conclude. I hope to see you again. Maybe in a couple of days I'm going to maybe do a video of my son doing some shooting. So until then, I'll see you next time on Sugar Cube Creek. Hey everybody, I forgot on the first part of this to include what the load was for this torture test. My rifle is a .45 caliber TC Hawken, and it's called the Hot Rod Hawken. It has a Green Mountain fast twist barrel. It's a 1 in 30. It's not a super fast twist, but it's a fast twist. The bullet is a RCBS 11mm rifle bullet. For this particular lead, it weighs right out at 408 grains. The bullets fall out of the mold at .446. I wrap them with 2 wraps of 9-pound onion skin, and after that I size them dry with a .446 sizer from Lee, so that they end up finishing out at .446 afterward. The paper does tend to spring back just a little bit, and so it actually, when I put it down the barrel, it just touches it. It's fairly, I wouldn't call it snug, but it's grabbing a hold of it. The powder is 80 grains of Pirate XP by volume. Actual weight on that load with a scale is 64.5 grains. And that's important because I have seen some guys, when they measure, 80 grains of Pirate XP doesn't always end up being that 64.5 grains, because some guys don't settle it, don't tap on it and stuff. So the actual weight is 64.5. I use an overpowder wad that I make myself. It is a wool felt, and I lube that with Thompson Center boar butter, and I have just enough on there so that it doesn't catch fire when it comes out the barrel. There's not a whole lot on there, just basically for a fire retardant. So anyway, that is what my gun and load information was on that.